We're in a pretty messy studio right now. Well, your sight line is nicer. You get to look at the shade. I get to look at the bright light. Living on the West Coast, I often feel like being here is it's at the end of Western culture. It's kind of pushed, and eventually, geographically it stops. It stops because the land stops. You have this kind of sense of the present and the sense of restlessness that you find, on the West Coast or in Los Angeles for that matter. When you look at a blank and open space to make something with, the ocean is completely untouched in terms of creating an artwork or conceptual systems.
For me, the underwater pavilion are this opportunity to actually get deeper in an understanding of this 70% of the surface, which is of the world, occupied by water. The way, the presence of, for instance, plastic in the water and how much it's destroying the fish ecosystem, us because we eat the fish, and particles that will never disappear. And also what's happening in Europe around the ocean, this mass of immigration coming from the water.
It's been really interesting collaborating with Parley for the Oceans. It's unorthodox when you are able to make an artwork in collaboration with the Ocean Conservation Group. Interacting with people like Sylvia Earle and hearing her take on the condition of the oceans, where it can go if it's not addressed, is incredibly powerful and affects all of us. So how can we make something that's not only an artwork, but something that can be used also for research?
You designed 3 pavilions. The shape is very specific. It's kind of a geodesic dome, but it's not a dome, it's diamond-shaped.
They work as a triptych of sorts. Each pavilion will be a different elevation. I was really interested in this idea of kind of having these different elevations which create different conditions. The deeper you go, the less colors enter into the chromatic palette. The higher up ones are able to reflect sunlight coming through the ocean surface and distort it. And I think what happens is they create these kind of large-scale kaleidoscopes. They're made half out of mirror and half out of a kind of aggregate. It's a surface that's almost like lava rock. The idea there was to have something that sea life could cling to, and over a period of time they could kind of take on an ownership or an ecosystem by using these sculptures. It's about not so much a cause, but it's about making the individual look at the world differently. Look at the ocean in a way where you're opening up a door and you're looking at what's inside it. And the simple act of seeing can bring so much.